Hi everyone,
Hello!
welcome back to our channel. Decided for this episode that we would just do a little talking session. We've gone through a lot over the last year. It's hard to believe that we haven't even been in this house for a full year yet. We've been here for about 10 months, but it feels like 5 years, quite honestly. So we're just going to kind of talk through some of the different things that we went through. So yeah, let's get into it.
It was a crazy journey.
Yeah.
So we started to look at houses in June last year, 2021, because the price of our rent was going to go up significantly. We felt that pressure that we needed to get out of there. So we went on Zillow and started searching around different houses, different options, and actually options that we can afford, because prices in Vermont at least were very, very high. Also, the 2021, the house market was exploding, so prices were crazy.
It's even worse right now. So in some ways we actually got in at a good time because apparently things always continue to escalate and get more expensive, but it was a tough market. Vermont is not cheap. So Burlington especially, yeah. I mean, you can find stuff that's a little bit more affordable in different places, but in the Burlington area, it's pretty tough. But fortunately, with the freedom and flexibility to work from home, we just kind of blew up Zillow and started looking around. Literally, we're looking at places in Maine,
Albany,
different places in New York. I even looked in like New Mexico. We ended up seeing this amazing place here in Governor. We actually looked at another house as well, and we weren't totally sold on it, and we ended up visiting this house, and it was originally listed at $103,000, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, right on the river, an acre of land. So for us, that was like unheard of. Being able to find anything of that price in the Burlington area is just not going to happen unless it's a total
$500,000 will cost.
Right, yeah. I mean, literally this house in Burlington would cost probably over $300,000. So anyway, we came and visited it, and
we fell in love with it.
Yeah, we fell in love with the land, the way that it's positioned on the river. And, we knew that there would need to be some work done, especially when I went down into the basement. I knew that we would be looking at some work. But ultimately, yeah, like Camila said, we fell in love with the place. So we made an offer at, what was our initial offer? I think our initial offer was $90,000 actually.
It was 1,003, right?
Yeah, it was listed at $103,000. We made an offer at $90,000, and they accepted that offer. So that's what we were originally kind of locked into. And after that, we did a house inspection. That's kind of the standard process if you're buying a house. And our house inspector did discover a lot more issues than we originally knew. I mean, we just came in with like eyes wide open, super excited to just have the option of living in a house. And he kind of like realized that made us realize that we needed to pump the brakes a little bit, and kind of brought to surface some of the issues that, as first-time home buyers, we didn't necessarily have that eye to look at those details. So after that, we decided to renegotiate and try to knock the price back a little bit down to $85,000. And the homeowner, the seller, he came back and said, how about we meet at $88,000? So that's the final price that we ended up meeting at, was $88,000 for this house. There is a lot of work that we're needing to do with the house, but all in all, I think that we did good, especially when you come from a renting situation and you're just throwing your money aimlessly into rent and not getting anything back.
So after they accepted our offer, we moved and closed the house on September 8th. And there's like a lot of stuff that goes into the process, but we are not gonna get into details. Maybe we can do that in another video to explain better how like the whole process of buying a new house. We had to get out of the apartment before September.
Yes, we had to be moved out at the end of August, before September 1st. And as Camila said, we weren't able to officially move into the house until September 8th.
We had to also move all of our stuff from the apartment in Burlington to a storage unit in New York. It was in Boston. I remember that the ride was like 3 hours and a half.
It's about 3 hours to Potsdam from Burlington.
I remember that during that time in July, August, we were doing multiple trips on the weekends. Driving, I remember one weekend when we drive to Boston like 2 times.
We did 2 trips in
crazy.
1 day, which was insane. And yeah, I mean, we also had a storage unit in Burlington as well, because in the apartment that we were living in, I had some other stuff as well. We accumulated stuff from Facebook Marketplace, which...
Yeah, we were crazy.
Advice to anyone who's moving: go on Facebook Marketplace after you move, not before you move.
Like, we got pretty good stuff. We got like mini fridge, like some elliptical, like a lot of like good
free
stuff.
A lot of stuff for free too, which is key,
because it was like crazy, like moving from like a small apartment to like a big house. Like, how we're gonna fill the house with stuff. Like, I'm not from here, so like, it's not like I had the stuff because I used to live with my parents.
So yeah, I mean, that was kind of like our journey moving.
That happened like in July, August.
That was a couple months of
what happened
moving.
in August?
In August we got married, so we were managing a wedding at the same time.
August 21st.
August 21st, not 22nd. Sometimes I confuse that because we started dating on June 22nd. So 21st, 22nd, those dates are very close together, but I have it memorized now.
We also got married very fast.
I mean,
it was kind of fast.
We dated for a year.
We got married.
We dated for a year.
But you know in your
I was about to say,
it's your love.
Yeah, like, you know, a decent amount in a year. You know, you can really get to know a person in a year. So yeah, we had that happen at the same time, and it was great because her family was visiting, so we definitely used the extra hands when we made some of our trips.
That was great. My parents came from like 2 weeks, and they also rent a car, so they were helping us to move our stuff from Vermont to the storage unit in Potsdam.
And we got the U-Haul at that point too.
Yeah,
that's when we did the U-Haul, and having Camila's dad in particular was doing the heavy stuff because you know, I mean, you can lift heavy stuff. I know that some of the stuff was a little on the heavy side, so having her dad here was very helpful.
Maybe a heat though.
No, he's strong though.
No,
he's a strong guy.
They were a huge help for us. And then, I mean, we got married on August 2021.
August 21st, 2021.
And then we were just kind of waiting, like, for the big move. And we went to your dad's.
Yeah, we stayed there for a couple of days. So fortunately, we did actually get to stay in our apartment a couple of extra days. Our landlord.
The inspection. You remember the inspection?
The inspection day was super tough because I think that we ended up moving out either September 2nd or 3rd. Yeah, we were technically supposed to leave like on September 1st, but I explained the situation and our landlord was okay with us staying in for a couple extra days. But on inspection day, that was a little crazy because, just to give a little extra context as well, this time of year is the busiest time of year for me at work. So I'm very much working long hour days, you know, between May and October really.
But August is the worst.
August is the worst month, and that's of course when all of
and
this
the end
was
of the
happening.
And the end of the month.
That's when end of the month in August, my busiest month. So that's when all of this was happening. So yeah, I remember inspection day, and that was another reason why it was nice to have like a couple extra days to get out, because especially like the last day of the month and the first day of the next month in finance is just crazy because you're trying to close the books and everything. Yes. So yeah, basically we had to have everything moved out, so we moved a bunch of stuff down to my dad's, and then you just went to town on cleaning while I was working.
Yeah, hopefully I wasn't working at that time. Fortunately, I always confuse that word. I wasn't working at that time, so I had the time to help us cleaning.
She did all the cleaning, not all the cleaning, but she did
it was crazy.
A majority of the cleaning while I was working, so it really took
Yeah.
All of us, it took us like everything that we had to just complete the cleaning so that we could pass the inspection. It was just kind of crazy but so exciting at the same time because we both came from apartment living situations. So going from that to a house with an acre of land, it really was a dream come true.
The day that we got the keys and we were actually there, and we will like be there, like how it's gonna feel, like so much space.
And I still feel that same excitement and joy even a year later. You know, there's definitely a different perspective now, you know, after you start getting into the home renovation process and, you know, you start fixing things up and start realizing some of the things that's maybe hiding behind the walls and things that you don't realize. So I think that we have a new perspective, new knowledge. If we ever do buy another house, we know so much.
Where we need to look.
Exactly, know what to look out for. The furnace. I mean, I knew that was going to be an issue, and that's part of the reason why we drove that price down was, yeah, we totally had to replace our furnace, which that was a big chunk of money, you know, right out of the gate coming into this house. But all in all, you know, I think that it turned out pretty well. Sorry, a Japanese beetle just jumped on my leg there.
After we cleaned the apartment and we passed the inspection, we went to Sean's dad to stay with him for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And my birthday also was happening on September 6th. So what happened that day?
So Camila had no idea. She thought that we were, you know, staying at my dad's until basically move-in day on September 8th. And little did she know I had plans, and I decided, you know, she had never been to Niagara Falls. Last time I went to Niagara Falls, I was a 5-year-old kid, and I peed my pants on the Maid of the Mist. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise, but
beautiful.
It was the morning, and
he made me cover my eye for like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
I had no idea where we were
just
going.
not to like look at signs or anything. I wanted it to be a total surprise. So when we woke up in the morning, I said like, "Hey, baby, get in the car. We're leaving."
6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, she had no idea, and so we got in the car and we drove and eventually arrived and.
Yeah,
we were at Niagara Falls.
It was a wonderful day. It was like also like sunny, not too hot. It was perfect weather.
Yeah, September is nice.
We had a pretty good time.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. Got down by the waterfall, got smashed by water.
It was perfect.
Yeah, no, it was pretty cool. We stayed the night in Niagara Falls, and then the next day we drove to Watertown, which is about 40 minutes away from here, and stayed the night there just so that we could be a little bit closer for closing on September 8th. We had to meet with our real estate agent, do a final walkthrough in the house and everything, and then we had to immediately get to the bank and sign our final contracts there, and we got the key and we became homeowners at that point. I'll never forget that feeling. It was such an amazing feeling.
And all those moving days we were eating Subway,
Taco Bell, Dunkin' Donuts,
McDonald's.
I feel like Dunkin' Donuts, Subway, and Taco Bell were like our three most consistent go-tos, and then throw in like a little McDonald's.
Pretty unhealthy because also the apartment was such a mess that we couldn't
didn't want to cook. Well, we also like packed up a lot of our cooking stuff, so really we were just you know, trying to eat conveniently more than healthy. You know, it is what it is. Got through it, and we survived.
It's part of the journey.
Yeah, and it's totally worth it.
Yeah, and then when they give us the keys, oh my god, I can't believe this. Like, I can't believe this happening. And yeah, our first days here, we're sleeping in mats on the floor.
Yeah, we were literally sleeping on the floor because our mattress was in a storage unit, and also at that time we did not have the truck. We had a small little car. Tiny little car. So
cute.
yeah, I remember that day, like as soon as we finished, immediately made a trip to Potsdam to the storage unit, packed it up with all the most important stuff that we could find, brought that back, and then the next day basically did multiple trips. I think we did like 2 or 3 trips because
it was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, Potsdam's about 45 minutes away, so basically figure an hour and a half for each trip both ways, and slowly we did that with the car. And
the
then
weekends we got
we got the U-Haul that weekend. don't know exactly where we left off. The camera overheated because we were filming in the middle of the day, and we both had to work for the rest of the day, so we weren't able to get back to the video until now. I think we're talking about U-Haul.
Yeah, we're talking about our when your dad helped us with the U-Haul.
That's right, exactly.
And he also brought his big truck.
Yep.
So it was like a huge help for us, and also like lifting stuff and all that.
Yeah, that's when we like officially did the big move of all of our stuff from the storage unit, and then we did have to get one more U-Haul to go back to Vermont because we had a storage unit full in Vermont as well.
Right.
And yeah, that was quite an expedition as well, but
It was a lot.
finally got everything moved.
Yeah, and once we moved everything, we felt we did it after all this time, after waiting for that long.
And then we had to get immediately to cleaning our basement so that we had a place to put some of our stuff because our basement was a nightmare.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys saw that video. We have I'm gonna put it here.
There we go.
A video of us cleaning our basement.
So anyway, we
Yeah.
have a huge expedition tomorrow, so we have an amazing video coming up. We're making a trip to Vermont, and we're gonna go to our special little island to do a kayaking / camping. So we have to literally kayak to the island, and then we're gonna camp there.
I'm gonna bring Clifford, our puppy.
And yeah, so I'm exhausted.
Me
Gonna try to
too.
finalize some final packing. So I think that's it for this video, right?
Yeah, I think that's it for today's video. I hope you guys like this video, enjoy it. If you have any questions or some
We'll be talking more in detail about the house buying process, kind of things
yeah,
that
that's like a lot of
there's a lot of
stuff.
information involved there, so trying to pack that in with this video I think would be a little too much, but we'll kind of go more into those details in another video, and yeah, just talk about some more of the behind the scenes stuff when you're buying a house. So
I'm tired.
we're exhausted. This is where we're gonna cut and like
Yeah.
because our brains are just fried. It's been a long day, so stay tuned for the next one. Thank you for watching.
See you guys in the next episode of The Cross Fan.